this is it. This is what this series has been leading up to. A chance to engrave our names in football history, and we have come a long way on the road to achieving that goal. We have had absolute legends at the club. We have had to let go of some players in order to get funds to improve the team. We have produced some amazing talent as well, and we have lost some stars to bigger teams, and we are finally in a position where we can attempt to try and establish our names in the footballing world as one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world of football. We start the season off, and Calvert-Lewin, feeling that he has done a good job for us and made a name for himself, looks to try a new challenge elsewhere and secures a move to Hertha Berlin, bringing another player to replace him. And McGill, who did well for us when we first came to the Premier League, felt like he should be starting, decides to take a step in his career and secures a move to Fiorentina. Jadon Sancho as well, feeling the same as Calvert-Lewin, also decides to try a new challenge in the Villarreal in the Spanish division. We lost Van de Ven to Real Madrid because they're Real Madrid, so we ended up replacing the holes in the team with some pretty big name players such as Leao, Goncalo Ignacio, and a few young upcoming players as well. I don't think you guys really care about the Community Shield, so I'll keep that section short and say we won it. We played against Liverpool, and it was just a humiliating defeat for them, and the team played really well. The only problem I had was that I didn't know which formation to use to get a better use of my players, so there were a lot of changing of formations just to get the one that felt right. We did end up, however, losing the Super Cup to Sevilla after extra time. More formation tweaks in this game because I was looking for the formation that worked with the players. This season was full with me tinkering with the formation and finding what would work for the team, and sometimes they work and we absolutely go to town on some teams, like we did against Manchester City in this game and during the start of the season, because we were just scoring goal after goal after goal in the opening matches of the season, and we started off the season really nicely, maintaining the top spots in the league, going into a really tough game against United, but we had lost Ignacio to an injury in the Champions League group stages. Now we went into this match with a lot of confidence because we were doing really well and the new signings were settling in well. Although one of them was injured, we felt we would be okay, and how wrong we were. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying if Ignacio was at the back we wouldn't have lost this match, but maybe it would have helped because it was an absolutely humiliating result for us at our home, and Petit didn't have any problem celebrating in front of the fans who were singing his praises not even a year ago. It was a loss we would remember for a while, and I think so far in the series this has been the biggest loss for the team, but we had to keep our head up and move on. We still maintain our spot in the league, and United looked to be the team to beat if you wanted the title, as we headed into a rivalry match against Spurs. One thing I was starting to notice that bothered me was that we had all of a sudden stopped scoring goals, and Orellana didn't look ready to be starting in front for us in such a pivotal season for our objectives. We had to rely on a really beautiful pass from Elliott and an impressive run from Bentancur to get the first goal of the game, and that was enough to get a win in the match. We strolled through our Champions League group, and as we prepared for the knockout stage, Hikampi scored this beautiful solo goal in a league win against Liverpool. Go ahead to draw United in the Carabao Cup, and it's an opportunity for the boys to redeem themselves in front of our home fans too. We go on to play Youth Academy graduates Pierce and Green in this match as well. In the first minute of the match, United tried to start early with a good ball over the top to find Petit, and Green with the fingertip save to spare our blushes. We go up the other end of the field minutes later, and Rashford in acres of space is found by Pierce, and first time finish, he opens up the game against his former club. We get another good chance to go in front midway through the half, and it's Pierce linking up play up front for us as Leao runs through on goal. He shoots, but it's off the post. We went into the second half with the 1-goal lead, and early on in the half, another opportunity to double our lead, and it's Pierce who has been having a good game with the chance, and I think the lack of clinicality in this team is an issue we really need to solve. As the game inched to a close, United get a good chance, and it's enough to equalize and send them off to penalties. I'm gonna let you guys feel the tension I felt taking these penalties with the knowledge of that horrible loss and a chance of potentially getting revenge against United in mind, so I won't be commenting on this section of the match. The fans will certainly be singing praises of Green after that shootout, and he is looking really good at the moment. We prep to face United in the league again, but before we go into that match, we ended up losing another player to Real Madrid, and that was Hwang this time around, so we went forward to get Gio Reyna to occupy that spot. And although technically Rashford had been playing there, I was planning to move him more centrally in hopes of fixing our inadequate amount of goals. We went on to probably redeem ourselves against United in the league with a good result, and despite the obvious revenge, we also got 3 points off a team who were directly challenging us for top spots in the league. We went on to face AC Milan in the Champions League, and we looked forward to facing one of our youth academy prospects in Price, but unfortunately he wasn't in the lineup. This match I believe was a catalyst for Rashford up front because he went on to dominate this match and made it look easy as well. Remember last season's Champions League final? That's exactly what Marcus was on in this match, as he went on to get 4 goals for us and basically sealed the tie. We went on to the Carabao Cup final against Man City, and Marcus looks to open up the game in the early stages, and he does just that. A few minutes later, we go up the field again, and it's Avia, another beast for us so far, who goes ahead to find a pass, and it's Marcus in the box as he goes to double his tally and our lead in the match. Lack of concentration at the back from Mukiele as Foden goes to eat into our advantage. It's still early stages in the match, and not even 20 minutes gone, the game was looking to be interesting as Bentancur finds Reyna and a lovely touch as he gets past the 2 defenders, and he goes ahead to get his first goal for the club. Mukiele not having the best game so far defensively as he loses Musiala, who does well, and they eat into our advantage again. This match just seemed to be an end-to-end match because it was only 20 minutes at this point and both teams had scored 5 goals. But from here on, it was just a Rashford masterclass again as he gets an assist on the corner to double our lead again. And I don't know what he did during the halftime break, but he came into the second half guns blazing as he went on to seal the game off and give us another Carabao Cup trophy. We're in a good position in the league with 26 games played and a game in hand on United. We just had to keep our momentum as we go through the round of 16 of the Champions League against Milan. We had a mixed bag of results in the league as we headed for the quarterfinals against Lyon that we got a good result against in the first leg. Rashford was really stepping up for us as he won the Player of the Month. The title race looks to be heating up as United still look really in it as we do our best and get results in really big matches, and Marcus Rashford is still our star man, and unknowingly this man was on course to break the goal record, and I believe he did that in this match against Man City. We ended up getting the 3 points as we were heading closer and closer to the end of our journey, but we had to face Dortmund in the semi-finals of the Champions. Now this tie was won for the Champions League and it was filled with hunger from both teams, but I do think Mukiele could have been a lot better, especially in the first leg because he kept losing his man. So it was something that we had to be wary of going forward because there was still so much to do. But Marcus in this tie was absolutely brilliant, and I didn't know what the Champions League goal record was, but I had a feeling he was going to break it if he hadn't already. One player who was really not involved in the team was Leao, and I gave him a chance to redeem himself and he took it really well as he went on to redeem himself and gave me a reason to pick him in the important matches to come for the team. But what a game this was, and a really nerve-wracking semi-finals for us, but we pulled through and went to our 3rd consecutive Champions League final, and it could potentially be up against McGill in Fiorentina, but we had the lead to think about, because United were still on our necks, taking it to the final day of the season. On to the final day of the season, we go on to face Everton, and early stages of the game we look to go in front, and it's Liao in a good position as he goes with us in front. We had some pretty good chances in the half, but the Everton goalkeeper kept them in the game with some good saves as they went up the other end of the field and they put the pressure on us. With the first half coming to a close, we look to go into the second half with the lead, and we had a really good opportunity to do that as Liao with his blistering pace speeds ahead and puts us back in front, and it's looking good for us at the moment. The Everton goalkeeper, still making some really good saves, keeps the game respectable as we get a corner in the closing stages of the match, and it's the towering Thuram who goes ahead to double our advantage. The second half comes around and we are all over Everton, creating chance after chance, and their goalkeeper really does well to keep the results respectable. In the closing stages of the game, Everton do go up the other end of the field and get a good chance, and what a save from Turner here, and an amazing block from Ignacio, and we look to hit them on the counter here, and just look at this from Liao. I've got to say, what a comeback it has been from Liao, from not being on form and being on the bench for Elise to scoring a hat-trick in a really important match, and that is enough to put us one step in front of fully completing this challenge. This is the final stage of this journey. We go into the finals and we end up having to face Miguel and his Fiorentina team, and I was feeling proud having developed a player who made it to the finals with another team, but he was our opponent today. And early stages in the game here, Liao with a wonderful run here as he goes ahead to get the first goal of the game and continue his good run of form. Minutes later, and Fiorentina on the attack here looking to get back in the game, and it's Miguel with an unsavable shot who does that for them. We go up the other end of the field and it's Marcus with the rainbow flick looking to volley it, but it's not enough to get us in front. With the first half coming to a close, a wonderful ball from Fiorentina immediately putting us on the pressure as it finds a player who finds Miguel, who lays it off, and Fiorentina go ahead, and it's Mukiele again being irresponsible with his defensive duties. With the minute to go in the first half, Fiorentina on the attack and Miguel is doing everything for them up front, and it's McKennie who doubles their lead, and Mukiele again is nowhere to be found, and we are in a really tough spot here. Into the second half, and Reina looks to get us back early in the match with a good run and a shot, but it's off the bar. Liao goes ahead looking to get us back in the game, and I don't know why he panics in the final third and he hits it straight at the keeper. Fiorentina on the attack again, and they get in a dangerous position, and it's Miguel who has really come back to haunt us, and a lack of concentration from Barella, and Miguel takes their lead to 3. Things are looking absolutely grim at the moment as we don't look to be able to even get a shot off, and as the game is coming to a close, Liao in a good position does his best to get a goal back. With minutes left in the game, we get really good chances, but their goalkeeper does well to keep us out, and it's a dominant defeat for us, and it's ironically a third consecutive UCL for Miguel, and it brings an end to the series, unfortunately, because EAFC comes out in a few hours, or probably as this video is out, EAFC should officially be out, and unfortunately we couldn't complete the challenge. I want to thank you guys for the support on this series. It has really been fun making this video, editing, and all of that, and I have so much more in store for you guys in relation to FC24, so stay tuned to get more updates on that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.